Hey, this is Boy George, and I'm listening to Tracy St. George on Sunny 107.9. Of course I am. Hi.
Hi, Boy George. How are you?
Fantastic. It's a beautiful day in London. How's West Palm Beach? Going to be warm there.
It's always warm here in sunny and West Palm Beach, and we can't wait to have you here with the Letting It Go show. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Boy George, Culture Club, Howard Jones, Berlin on July 13th, I Think Financial Amphitheater. How did you put this magic together?
Well, we've done a few shows with Berlin, and we really go well together. They really add to the whole evening. And then Howard and I have played together a few times too. So, yeah, you always want to get bands that are going to start the evening off and get everyone stoked for the show. And, it's a really good mix.
For sure. Now, the last time I saw you was in, I think, just a couple years ago, B-52's Thompson Twins, which was amazing. Do you always just want to grab all of these 80s people? Because there's been a major resurgence of 80s. Blondie's on tour, Billy Idol, Duran Duran, The Cult, The Cure. Why do you think there's such a resurgence of the music that is obviously the best that's coming back now?
I think sometimes you need distance from a moment to appreciate it, and I think the 80s was the beginning of lots of new things, lots of interesting things happened in that decade. But also the 70s, remember the 70s gave birth to the 80s. That's really what started me off with the 70s. So I think it's always about good songs, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like if you've got a handful of songs that people love, I went to see Duran Duran last week, got great songs, it was a great night, and that's what's exciting, making that connection emotionally, bringing people back to an interesting place in their lives and reminding them to smile again.
Exactly. And you want to know, in 1984, A Kiss Across the Ocean was my first concert. You were my first concert.
Those days were so insane. We did amazing shows. I remember, sometimes we do shows and people would just scream the whole way through the show.
That was me. I was screaming the entire time. This is so awesome. I'm telling you, I've been waiting my whole entire life to talk to you, Boy George. So in 1984, you won Grammy's Best New Artist. You won the Brit Best Awards for the Best British Group back then. Sometimes that's known as kind of a curse. What do you think made it so you guys really stuck around? Because our favorite 80s core groups have stayed, but some of them, it really did fall by the wayside. What really stuck with Culture Club?
I think for me personally, I just can't get away from music.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in my bones. I love writing, I love performing. It's given me everything. Whenever I've been in a difficult time in my life, there's always been a soundtrack. From when I was a kid right up to the present day, music is so important.
And your style is absolutely iconic. You are like the king of hats, the king of costumes. How many hats do you have? Where do you store this stuff? What's your closet like?
Hats are everywhere in this house. They're like in the, you go into the plate drawer and there's a hat in the cupboard. They're in the toilet. They're everywhere. They're just falling out of cupboards. So many, it's a joke.
The late, great Pete Burns of Dead or Alive said that he did the hats and the costumes first. You had the best response. Do you remember what that was?
I can't remember now, but, we used to exchange quite a few barbed comments. But you know what? I have to really say I did love Pete Burns.
I know.
And we had so much more in common than we didn't. It was kind of funny. But we actually did end up being quite good friends. And, I was very close to him, actually, in the end. And I liked him a lot. He was really funny, terrifyingly honest.
What you said was, it's not who did it first, it's who did it better.
I think it's true to a certain extent, although I knew about Pete Burns years before Dead or Alive because he was a face on the club scene in Liverpool. I knew all about him. I'd seen pictures and, we'd met each other. So, it was a long, long history we had.
What's up with Helen Terry these days? Because she was such a huge voice with Culture Club back in the 80s. Is she still around doing stuff with you guys?
She's not doing stuff with us, but Helen did an art degree and went off and did, some really major educational stuff. And she now lives in Scotland and has an entirely different life. I mean, she produced TV shows for a while, and she actually produced The Brits, the one, our big award show, which is like our Grammys. Helen used to produce that for many years. So she's gone on to have a whole nother experience. But her voice in Culture Club, I mean, that was ridiculous. What she brought to our sound was so special and so important, really. It kind of helped, to solidify who we were as a band. I think she deserves credit for that.
Absolutely huge. Now, you've done I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. You were a judge on The Voice Australia. You've obviously been really big on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I love that show. But what's up next for you after this tour wraps up? Are you resting? Are you going to, I don't know, maybe design some more clothes?
I am possibly going to do Moulin Rouge in New York.
Ooh.
But I'm not sure yet. I'm in talk with them for that.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
It would be amazing, yeah. I'm kind of just, it's a lot of work, and, I have to get myself ready if I'm going to do it. But, yeah, a lot of things, a lot of interesting things, a lot of touring, lots of gigs, lots of, we're going to be doing shows in the UK and then America, obviously on this tour. But, we always tour. Mm-hmm. America's a big place. We'll always be playing.
Florida's a big state. I mean, you could visit numerous cities right here in Florida alone.
Yeah, and, as I say, it's a great place to play. I mean, listen, we play a lot in America. We love America. We love, we have a great audience in America. God bless everyone so sweet to us. And we have such fun when we do the shows. And, I feel like I do really honestly sometimes feel like I'm talking to friends. It's really bizarre.
That's how we feel about you. We've been with you for 40 years.
Sometimes I'm like, as I say, we've been around for a while. And when we walk on stage to a lot of love and support, there's really only one way for it to go when that happens.
So Gwen Stefani, she says when she goes out, she can be completely unrecognizable if she doesn't wear her signature lipstick. Can you do that when you go out? Like when you come here to West Palm Beach and you're going to be here July 13th with the Letting It Go show, can you take off your hat, not do any makeup and be like, I'm going to the Palm Beach Zoo today?
Well, I would do that anyway. I mean, I'm very cool being out in public. I'm not uptight. I don't try not to be noticed. But if somebody comes up to me and I'm not dressed, I'll always say, sure, do a photo, as long as you're happy with the sort of, the casual thing. But because I think I don't try not to be me. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't go out and somebody might say to me, oh, you're in disguise. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm just not dressed up. So
I'm just not wearing a hat.
I enjoy being me more now. And it's a lot less work.
Exactly. So tell me what your favorite Culture Club song is. Doesn't have to be one of the most popular ones from any one of your albums. What is your favorite song?
I have to be naughty and say we have a new song called Letting Things Go, which is what the tour's called.
Okay.
And it's only one of two songs that we do in the show that are new, but it's really familiar. I would actually go as far as saying it's the best thing we've ever done as far as I'm concerned. There's a little snippet of it on Instagram, on my Instagram page. I love it. And it's a song everyone can relate to. It is absolutely about you and about me.
Us together, you and me?
You and me collectively with all the other human beings.
All right. Well, we cannot wait to see you here with Howard Jones and Berlin, July 13th, I Think Financial Amphitheater. It's the big Letting It Go show. Here this whole time I thought it was about Frozen the movie and you were just letting it go. But it's your brand new song. We can't wait to hear some new stuff from you.
Letting the drama go. Letting the drama go and enjoying the moment.
Fantastic. We love you. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for being on our tour. Thanks for calling in.
Lovely energy. God bless. Hey, this is Boy George, and I'm listening to Tracy St. George.